Hey curious people, welcome back to the Curiosity Kingdom. Today we'll be continuing with our season 2, and this time on season 2 we are going to have a logical reasoning series. And today we are going to discuss 7 logical reasoning questions. These logical reasoning questions are from various different types of logical reasonings like directional reasoning, mathematical reasoning, relationship reasoning, and a lot more. So you're going to learn a lot. As usual, I'm Athar Dubey and let's begin. After reading every question, I will start giving the solution. If you want to solve that question by yourself, then you can pause that video at that moment. Before we start, here is a quick question for you. Which word on being unjumbled gives the name of a bird? Option A Nobri, option B Plaep, option C Gink, and option D Apre. Watch this video till the end to know the answer. So let's start with the first question. Find the odd one out. Option A MLI, option B UTQ, option C ZYV, and option D SRN. Pause this video now to do it by yourself. So let's start with the solution. So at first we arrange them in a table like this, in which we take the rows as letter, number and change, and we have 4 columns. In the topmost row we write the letters. In the second row we write the corresponding number of that letter, assuming A equals to 1, B equals to 2, C equals to 3, so on till Z equals to 26. So for M we have 13, L we have 12, and I we have 9. Similarly, we will make tables for the rest of the options and write the number corresponding to them below. So now let us observe our option A. So here the first letter number, which is M, is 13, and the second letter number, which is L, is 12. So here if you see, there is a change or a difference of 1 between them. Since M is greater, we can say that this difference is minus 1. And between the second and the third letter, there is a difference of minus 3. So in the change, we write it. Now let us look at UTQ. Here also between the first and the second, there is a difference of minus 1, and between the second and the third, there is a difference of minus 3. In the third option, if you see, between Z and Y, there is a difference of minus 1, and between Y and V, we have a difference of minus 3. So till now, each of them is following this rule. So now let us see that SRN also follows this rule or not. So here difference between the first and the second is minus 1. But if you see, the difference between R and N is minus 4 and not minus 3. So therefore SRN doesn't follow the rule which others follow. So clearly option D SRN is the odd one out. So now let us look at the second question. If Costa Rica in a particular coding language is coded as EOUVA TIEA, then how do you code Australia? Pause this video now to solve it by yourself. Let's start with the solution. At first we organize it in a table, with the top row being that of the English alphabet, the bottom row being of the code which is for them, and the observation in middle where we'll denote whatever observation we made. So if you see, the difference between the English letter and its code is 2 in the first letter. In the second letter, the difference between the English letter and the code is nothing, because the O is still O. So here we can note our observation or difference as 0. Similarly, we use that logic for the rest of them. So we find that if S becomes U, so the difference is 2. T becomes V, so the difference is 2. A remains A, so there is no change. R becomes T, so again there is a difference of 2. I remains I, so there is no change. C becomes E, so there is a difference of 2, and A remains A. So if you closely observe, C, S, T, R and C, which had a 2-letter jump, are all consonants, or in simple language, non-vowels. So this is vowel coding, and to be more specific, this is vowel jump coding. So now let us code Australia using the same vowel jump coding, non-vowel jump coding. So to code Australia, we write a table, and here at first we wrote the letters which we have to code. In the second column we write that whether the letter are vowel or a consonant. In the third we write the rule. The rule is that the vowel remains the same, but the consonant jumps by 2. And in the third one we write their code. So A remains as A, U remains as U, S becomes U, T becomes V, R becomes T, A remains as A, L becomes N, I remains as I, and A remains as A. So we conclude that the code for Australia is AUUVTANIA. Let's move up with the next question, question number 3. Which number replaces the question mark in the figure? Pause this video now to solve it by yourself. So let's start with the solution. So in order to find what is the value of the question mark, we need to create a relationship. So let us create a relationship row by row. So if you see for the top row, we have the rightmost column as 126, and 126 equals to 125 plus 1. 125 is nothing but 5 cube. So we get that 126 equals to 5 cube plus 1. So if you see, 5 is nothing but the number at the left and 1 is nothing but the number in the middle. So we can get a relationship that the right column equals to the cube of the left column added to it the value in the middle. But let's verify it with the middle row. In the middle row, we have at the right column 68, which is nothing but equal to 4 cube plus 4, or 64 plus 4. So here also we get this relationship. So now we get a formula that right equals to left cube plus middle. So now let us apply the same formula in a final row. So here the left is 7, so we get 7 cube plus 5. 7 cube is nothing but 343, and when we add 5 to it, we get 348. So our answer is 348. There is a group of 5 people, A, B, C, D and E, and we have been provided with some data. Using that data, we have to tell who is the shortest. So let's see the answer. If you want to solve by yourself, pause this video now. So from the second statement, we know E is taller than A, or in other words, the height of A is less than that of E. From the third statement, we know C is taller than A, or in other words, the height of A is less than that of C. And similarly, from the fourth statement, we know that the height of E is less than that of D. Since the height of E is less than that of D, or the height of D is greater than E, A height is also less than that of D, since the height of A is already proved to be less than that of E from the second and the fourth statement. So till now we have proved that the height of A is less than E, C and D. And from the first statement we know that B is second in height, means there's only one more person taller than B. So A is already proved to be shorter than 3 people. So clearly the height of A is less than that of B. And since the height of A is proved to be less than that of B, C, D and E, the answer is A is the shortest. Moving towards the next question. The question is, Irfan faces east. Turning to his right, he walks 50 meters, and then turning to his left, he walks 50 meters. After he turns to his right and walks 50 meters, again he turns to his right and walks 100 meters. Finally, he turns to his right and walks 100 meters. Now in what direction is he from his starting point? Pause the video now to solve by yourself. If you want to see the answer, let's start. So for that, we can solve this answer using a diagrammatic representation. So at first we write the scales or the direction north, south, east, west, and then we take a starting point. And we know he is facing towards east, so we denote it like this. Now we solve it sentence by sentence. So he turns to his right and walks 50 meters, means he turns towards south and walks 50 meters. Then he turns to his left and walks 50 meters, so means he moves towards the east and walks 50 meters. After he turns to his right and walks 50 meters, his right is again south and then he walks 50 meters. He turns to his right and walks 100 meters. So his right is towards the west. So he goes to west 100 meters. Finally, he turns to his right and walks 100 meters again. This time the right is towards north. So he ends up here. So finally, we have to tell that in what direction is he from his starting position. Clearly you can see that he is towards the west of his starting position from the diagram. So we conclude that he is towards the west from his starting position. What is next in this series? 0, 6, 24, 60, 120, 210, and we have to find the next 3. So now let us try to create a relation between them. So now let us look at the number at the first pole, which is 0, and 0 equals to 1 minus 1, and 1 is nothing but 1 cube. So we get 0 equals to 1 cube minus 1. It's quite a wild guess. So now let us see that whether this relationship is carried forward in the next number or not. So for the second, we have 6, and 6 equals to 8 minus 2, and 8 is 2 cube, and we are subtracting 2 from it. So 6 equals to 2 cube minus 2. Still it's coming in shape, but let's see, is it true for the third position or not. So in third position we have 24. 24 equals to 27 minus 3, and 27 is 3 cube minus 3. So now you can see that there is a relation. The relation is that whatever the position is, we are subtracting that position from its cube. So we get a formula to find the value for any nth position, which is n cube minus n. So now let us find the answer. So we have to find the answer for the 7th, 8th and 9th position, and using this formula just we have to substitute the value. So for the 7th position we do 7 cube minus 7, which is 343, minus 7, which is 336. For the 8th one we do 8 cube minus 8, which is 512, minus 8, which is 504. And for the 9th one we do 9 cube minus 9, which is 729, minus 9, which is 720. And now you have watched this video till here, so most probably you're enjoying it and learning something new. So do consider subscribing to Curiosity Kingdom, as we upload once a week and subscription is totally free. So please do subscribe and also hit the bell icon so you get the notification whenever we upload. Thank you. And now we come to the last question. Complete the series. Here we are given this diagram and we have to find what replaces the question mark. So let's start. So first, if you look at the left hand side, in which in the first half we have a pentagon, which is a polygon having 5 sides. And in the second half of the left hand side, we see that that pentagon rotates 90 degrees and get enclosed in a quadrilateral. And a quadrilateral is a polygon having 5 sides. So by this we can deduce a rule. The rule is as follows. The figure in the beginning rotates 90 degrees and then gets enclosed in a polygon which has one side less than the initial figure. So this means that whatever figure we'll have, it will first rotate 90 degrees and then get enclosed in a polygon having one side less. So now using that same logic, we'll try to find the answer. So in order to find the answer, we will first have to rotate our initial quadrilateral, which is on the right hand side, 90 degrees, and then enclose it in a triangle, because triangle has 3 sides and a quadrilateral has 4 sides, and we want to enclose it in a polygon having one side less, and which will resemble somewhat like the figure on your screen. You may not be able to see a 90-degree rotation in the quadrilateral. This is because the quadrilateral is following rotational geometry, about which we'll discuss somewhere later. What was the day on 14th May 1947 and what will be the day in 26 March 2081? Can you tell this without using a calendar? We will learn to find out the day of any random date in our season 3 logical reasoning episode. So do subscribe to get the notification. The correct answer to the question which we asked you in the beginning of this video is option A, NOBRI. NOBRI can be unjumbled to robin, which is name of a type of bird. And by this we come to the end of this video. Hope you learned something new. If yes, then don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. New to this channel, don't forget to subscribe to it. You can follow us on our various social media handles. Don't forget to visit our website, and if you like our work, you can support us on our Patreon, and we have got a new channel which posts small short videos, so don't forget to follow us there. Until the next time, keep learning, keep asking, and stay curious.